Good afternoon, colleagues. The purpose of today's online tutorial is to show you a very quick example as to how you can create an online questionnaire using the QualiTePE instrument using our existing software. So the very first thing I'm going to do as part of this recording is I'm going to share my screen and show you how you would log in. So if you can bear with me one moment, I will just show you how that can be done. So the first thing is, as part of me sharing my screen, is to show you the login page, which I hope you can all see here on my main screen. So as you can see, the website qualitype.phzh.ch/login/ is that login page. So obviously I have my prefixed wesley.o'brien@ucc.ie email address registered already, and I have an existing password that I hope will log in correctly now. So when I click on the green button, sign in, it should bring me to the first page. So as you can see here, it brings me to the home page. Okay, so I'm logged in as Wesley O'Brien, an observer. So the first thing I would do is, as you can see quite clearly labeled in green, is click on the Start Survey option. So when I click on this Start Survey, it brings me to one of three steps. So the very first thing here is, obviously I speak English as my native language in Ireland, is I need to name the survey. Now I need to be very careful, because as part of protecting student identity, school identity, that the survey is never really traceable back to anyone in an identifiable manner. So for these reasons, I keep the survey name quite neutral and maybe perhaps specific to the lesson content of physical education that I could be teaching. So in this case, let's just take, for example, that I would be teaching aquatics lesson, okay? An aquatics lesson with, I will say, second year secondary school students. Okay. I know in this class, how many pupils are there in this PE class? Well, in this instance, I know, for example, that there might be 18 pupils in this aquatics lesson with second year students in Ireland. The age of the students, given that they are second years in an Irish secondary school context, I know that they could be approximately 14 years of age. Okay, so this is just general class information that I hope you can all see. After this, I click on the button Next. And this brings me then to selecting the survey topics. Now, it's very important here that there are 23 identifiable dimensions that we have identified as quality characteristics of teaching physical education. For the purpose of this survey, the minimum number of dimensions that you can select are 3, the very max are 8, and that's clearly labelled on the screen. So for the purpose of this sample aquatics lesson that I will be teaching as a physical education teacher, I am going to pick 3 particular dimensions. The 3 I've decided to pick based on the lesson that I'm delivering is, am I selecting challenging content? And just for your information, you can always hover over the variable, and as you can see here, it gives you the sample questions that will be asked of the survey. So in this case, if I select the selection of challenging content, you can see that there are 3 sample questions as part of that variable. As I move on, I'm interested in participation in the aquatics lesson, and I want to see, is there formative assessment as part of this aquatics lesson? Very simply then, the next option you click on is Next, and hopefully that will bring you to this final summary page. Now, what's really important to note here is, if at the bottom I click on the green button Submit, I'm actually closing the surveys. So what I would ask you all to consider very carefully is not to press Submit until all of the responses from the students, from the prospective physical education teacher, or from the physical education lesson observer are completed. So that's what that little icon here is allowing me. I confirm that if I click the green area, I close the survey. And for the purpose of this video, I do not want to close the survey. I want to show you what happens. So what's very, as you can see, it's very straightforward, the process, and very quick and helpful. You can see that by clicking those 3 dimensions, I now have a survey for students, I have a survey for the prospective teacher, and I have a survey for the prospective observer. And they are all 3 separate QR codes. And I think that's very important to note, everyone, if you are using this instrument in your own practice, that there are 3 different surveys for the 3 different perspectives. And it is important that obviously the correct QR code or survey link is given to the prospective people that are completing the surveys. Okay, so as you can see here, a very nice feature within this software exists. It's called QR codes and links to PDF download. You can see here, if I click on that, I just have a very clear question here, one pager where I have the QR codes in a one page document, okay, which is very helpful. So obviously these are the prospective links. So again, I'll just close that. You can use that. And basically that is it, everyone. That brings you to creating a questionnaire for QualiTePE across the perspectives of the student, the observer, and the PE teacher. If I click on the green X here, I go out of that. My surveys are still live. And if I choose to close the survey at any time, I then obviously click on the submit button. But for now, I hope that this perspective has given you all a short overview as to how to generate your own questionnaire using the QualiTePE software. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, and I thank you all for listening, and best of luck with using the tool. I hope it improves and benefits your practice as a physical education professional. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful remainder to the day.